Good evening. We are still staying a little bit off of format because we don't have that many bulls on breaks with this big sell-off that's going to show up on the charts. So we're discussing various things as well as going through what did show up on the bull and bear zone weekly and daily charts. And as you all know, we have another subscription service, premium alert subscription, $69 a month over on our website that picks up a whole different setup and has a prediction of exactly what we expect the stocks to do when they come through these setups. We run two different scans for longs and two different scans for and alerts for shorts, and that's our premium alert subscription, $69 a month. Real proud of that, and it's coming a long way. We're about to have actually predict ahead of time that if the stock reaches this level, it will be our red zone or green zone alert, and I'll be able to give you that price in advance. And we're about to divide into different price levels so that you can just focus in on the stock that you're looking for. Two big advances we made this week. We now have a search option, and we'll show you that in a minute, to where you can actually go in and type in 7 or 8 symbols rather than watching all these alerts fly by on 400 different stocks we're scanning. You'll be able to zone in on the ones you're most interested in that day and pick up on those alerts. And also you'll be able to see what alerted yesterday. It pulls your symbols out of the group so you can focus right in on the stocks you're interested in. You can see what they alerted yesterday, what they're alerting today, and pullbacks and so forth. That's real exciting. We just got that out over the weekend. It's a little study involved to learn what we expect and what the setup's set up and how to trade them. Had a brand new trader just last week that just subscribed last week. He's not a new trader. He's real meticulous. He follows the plan well, and he spent the time learning how we read the charts and what the indicators mean when the alerts show up. And he shot me an email over the weekend and told me I was welcome to share it. Want to give me some feedback on your alerts. I use them in the mornings this week, Monday through Thursday. Found 7 trades I like, got in. 6 of the 7 were winners for an average of 85.71% win ratio. He made 7 trades and lost on 1. Then he went on to say that the charts that I had shared with support and resistance lines to be aware of as you trade up or down into them, that on the trade that he lost on, that he actually pushed up his stop to cover it because he saw the resistance line and thanked me for that. His average win was $466, and he's trading around 250 shares. So he just paid for the next 4 years premium alerts. So we really appreciate that. Shout out to Mitchell. Great job. We'll get over to our scans here, and I'll see what we got. We're going to show you this chart here in just a few minutes about how stocks trade and react and how we scan those. Here's our bear break. We only got 2 for the week. A bull break on the weekly, we got 1. And our daily bear break, we got 2. And our bull break on the daily, we only got 3. So we're going to take a look at those charts. Which is not going to take but a moment. Got CME. This is your daily bull break. This is still in a pretty much of a chop fest, and it tried to break out on the bull break here, got caught up in the turmoil of the market, really didn't sell off a lot, just a lot of chop back and forth. Did hold the 50-day, and now it's just high enough to have triggered back into this bull zone that it was trying to get into back here. Now the bull zone was slightly calculated higher with this move up here, so it's back to that level again. It needs a follow through, obviously, and it's got this old high right here above it. So it could be setting up to move on up, especially if the market continues to hold. But I wouldn't rush into anything yet. HQY, first day showing up, breaking out of this long base, put in some pretty crazy looking days on the big sell-off days we have in the market, and it held up well, pretty much stayed in this range it had been in, and has shown up in the bull zone today. Just getting started. It needs another follow-through day as well. We are going to go back and look at the market here in a minute. MTCH in the turmoil here pretty much held this support resistance line on its lows, so that was real good that it held up that well. And it's a lot stronger looking because it's broke out of the highs that it had made before, and it's just now getting back into the bull zone. It did break up through today here at this level at 36.56. Now remember, we scanned over 5,000 stocks on this video. On our website we watch a core group of 400 stocks, and we watch about 475 every day. We're bringing in some earnings plays that we may watch 4 or 5 earnings stock each day that we add to our list and carry them forward for 2 or 3 days, because they can give some good trades moving forward after earnings, whether it be down or up or bounces or whatever. So we kind of zone in on some of those. We'll catch some in-play stocks and bring into the picture, and then we don't really watch for the stocks that are in the low price range. We don't look for the stocks that are $3 broke out to $6 and then 10 tomorrow. I can't predict what that stock's going to do, so I don't put out alerts on it. That don't mean it's not going to run forever. There's plenty of folks out there can show you how to trade that stuff. That's not what I do. I can only predict something that's logical, and that's just not what we do there. So you won't find those on the site. WIX, pretty much same story as the rest of them in this long base, just now showing up on the bull zone. All these need a follow-through day, probably with themselves and the market. But that's your 4 that's showing up on the daily bull break. We'll go over here and get the weekly bull. We got this one stock, SHOP. I actually had tried to do a weekly break a few weeks ago, and it did a big pullback in all the market turmoil, and now it's back up here again, and it's continues to kind of show some momentum. So we'll see where this stock goes. This would be a good stock to have on a focus list for tomorrow, based on this day it had here. It's about a $8 up day, excuse me, and got back through this old resistance. And as always, we don't point out to you when the earnings are. You need to be aware. And we don't really teach to get in front of earnings. This one's got earnings in 3 days, according to the date here from TC 2000. Your daily bears, ABEO, didn't really trade step and step with the market here, because the market has some big down days and some back up days and back down. This is an entirely different look here, so there's probably something to this. Don't know why it's selling, but it is breaking out of this base. It is breaking into the bear zone. It tried to go bull zone 2 or 3 days ago, and then has totally reversed from that for whatever reason, and has lost this support resistance area here, and this was a bounce spot right here from these bases back in this area where this line came from, and now it's broke down through that. Now it's broke the 50-day, and it's got the 200-day right beneath it. And on the weekly, it appears that it's got a lot of room left. It could go down as well, which would be, this would be your first area down here at $11.22. And you got another level down here at 944. 1122 is actually 1115. This is a breaking in a weekly bear this week as well, so there may be some more downside here. MDSO got caught up in the market, had the bounce day, and then rejected the 50 today and headed back down. This is a support level here. That's indicated right in this area. It did break that support and made this new line here that's kind of holding that spot there. And this could have just been a market flush. So this is what I still consider your support right here. And that is $62.65. Now it may break that down tomorrow and go a lot lower, but it's come into the bear zone. It's revisited that today, rejected the 50, and don't look super sporty on the weekly here. We got two weekly bears. HIG is just sitting here on the weekly right at the level that takes it into our bear zone. Needs to hold here. That's the 50 week as well. It's trying to hold. This your next level down for support is around 50.95. 50.95 is that level there. And we will glance at the daily so you can see that. All this chopping around on the 200 days trying to reject that. This was a previous support area here at 53.60. It's trying to hold that, but it hadn't held it yet. So that to me, that's your support line right here for right now. Needs to hold right here. And here's another one that came in on the weekly. This is a daily chart again. This was its support area. It's lost that. It's fought for 3 days. It lost the 200. Pretty weak looking here, and the weekly has been in a sell-off for a while, but it's just now coming into our bear zone to where it really needs to hold here, or it gets got some more downside here. This will be your next support level. Probably right here be the next support. Of course, you got this pivot low here. That's at 34.05. You got a line here at 32.45, and then this down here is going to be 29.96. So those are your next levels down on this. We're going to take a look at that crazy chart here and show you how, and I'm going to take a look at the market. While you're here, be sure to subscribe to our channel and follow us on Twitter or StockTwits at Daytrader Setups. And our website is daytradersetups.com and swingtradersetups.com. Don't forget, this video is being brought to you by our premium alerts at swingtradersetups.com. They're real-time alerts. They're posted on our website, and we're looking at our bull zone weekly and daily breakouts, and our bear zone weekly and daily breakouts that are in one category on the website. And there are other categories that are more aggressive for the more active trader as well. And by having a subscription to that service, you get all these alerts intraday as they happen, and one subscription gets you access to everything, as well as our chart system. If you would like to get it, I can set you up a couple of different ways to have the green and pink lines available for your charts as you review. Let's go forward. Here we're looking at the weekly chart here. This is a trend line we had drawn that we said we need to hold here for all the days we were talking about this last week. I don't know if you remember, we talked about this down day and this big up day here, and I told you on this day here that the market was headed back down, probably going to revisit this low. We drew these trend lines, and I also said if it don't hold this low, we're headed down to this trend line. We had a little support line right here that I said it might hold, and we had the 200 day and then the trend line all kind of running in here together. Well, it actually did all of the above. So I figured that out from here to here for you. Now, what's going to happen now? I don't know. This could drift a little bit for days. It could sell back off. We probably get another visit down here. It may be some higher, unless the market does the things it does a lot of times and just explode back to the upside, which it didn't give that indication today. It gapped up and went sideways most of the day. About 11 o'clock, if I remember right, picked up some pretty good trades, came in here, right here. This is my 15-minute chart, and you can see my little pink and green lines. They apply to all time frames. So where we had an old low that was established multiple days ago on our 15-minute chart, we took that out on Friday and did everything we saw and came back and got back above that level. Then today, this is where we kind of gapped up. We just kind of laid around up here, and the stocks did the same thing. I didn't take a trade forever, but when I took them all at one time, and then I didn't trade again. I watched, but I didn't trade again. It seemed like it was right about 11 o'clock. Using our other proprietary indicator system, I said the market's going to break right here. I actually posted in the room. I believe it was 10 after 11. Bounce watch on the market. Look for some longs, and then I started verbally throwing some longs in the room. At that time, I wasn't able to take everything I put in there, but I tried to put some variety of the first stocks I saw. Most of the time I just watch stocks and let the charts speak for themselves. With the market being like it is, I kind of waited on the market to be the momentum driver. One I missed this morning that was on the charts from Friday in a clean breakout on our F25. I had it on a chart, been watching because it's been selling for a few days. This stock I kind of missed early. Was distracted by some connection issues with our alert system and actually missed this stock, and it just ran all day just like it's supposed to, right up to resistance and failed. The stocks that we did pick up there on the breakout at 11 o'clock, we got in workday, got a really nice run there. This was your 11 o'clock candle right here, and I put it in at 10 after 11 that the market was trying to break out. So this is 11:15. So this is about where I came in at, right in this area. Got workday there for well over $1. I picked up on Aetna coming up. The mouse is still in the same place. So this is the exact time things were going on here. It went right to support resistance. You see how these lines tie in? Old support, new resistance. Ran Aetna right up into that line there from here. VMW we picked up on. I didn't type very good. It was right here at the same time. It didn't break out like the rest. It gave a decent little trade there, about 80 cents. And then I picked up on Coors. It's not one I usually trade because it's kind of a slow mover, but I had it on a chart because of it had earnings last week. And here's your 11:30 candle here. Coors was really slow to get going. It was on one of my retrace alerts that we teach in our alert system. We had the breakout and we had the retracement, and it was triggering the retracement here. Now this ended up going sideways. I'll tell you exactly when it triggered. It triggered at 10:56 at $60.13. So see, it triggered back here. I saw it right about here, and we got in it, and it was really, really slow. We got in right here to VWAP, and it was really slow to get going, but I managed to stay in it, and got this run up to right here, and this is where I got out. When it got to that opening range high, it hesitated. I wasn't going to give much back. I didn't have a lot made. It was about a 60 or 70 cent trade there, and I saw this pointed out in the room, and as soon as it just sneezed, I got out. But it did continue a little bit higher. The big trades were Workday and Aetna. I'm going to talk a little bit about that crazy chart now. And we put this video out this morning here, expected price movement with our premium alert. And I'm going to show you a little bit about that. But there's a video dedicated exactly to that that's right out here on the YouTube channel where you're watching now. Now granted, the market's been moving fast, so all of our factors have kind of shifted up a level. When you get this much volatility in the market where we might be day trading. We trade on factors. We run a F25, F50, F100, and then some above that. The bigger stocks, the bigger factors are how you day trade those, and the even bigger factors how you swing trade those. The smaller stocks you can trade on different levels. On like PayPal or something, you can trade on an F25 for day trading and F50s for swing trading. So it's all based on the ATRs. This stock on Friday, when we all got this great market move and many stocks were available there to trade, I just went to the one I knew was going to go the fastest, and that was NVIDIA, and got in that at the right time. I didn't try to chase anything else. I just tried to focus on what I was doing there. I also had got in Tesla immediately, and then got my stop set, went right to NVIDIA, put that in the room, and that's the stock we traded on the same big time frame. So I didn't trade this stock, but I was looking through the alerts that went off, and this ended up being a perfect scenario of what I teach. Now, this could be on a F25 chart, F50 chart, or F100 chart. It will give this same kind of price movement. It goes X. We use factors, that way it's easier to teach, and I usually teach that you're going to get the first breakout and you're going to get a 4 to 6 factor move, then you're going to get a 3 to 6 factor pullback, and then you're going to get another move from 6 to 8 factors. So it makes it pretty easy to follow and what to expect. And we run 2 alerts. One is the first breakout. We call it our green zone. We require that you draw a trend line prior to taking a trade. Most of the time they have cleared the trend. If they have not, you don't need to take it. You may get a pullback. We also teach that they may pull back at the time of the alert. One of the things I teach is if this is breaking up all the way from the bottom and gives our green zone alert, it has a higher probability of maybe doing that pullback. We teach that it's going to possibly pull back just over 2 factors, so 2.5 factors. So if you're trading an F25 alert, that's 50 to 60 cents. If you're trading an F50 alert, could pull back $1, $1.25. If you're trading an F100 alert, it could pull back as much as $2 or $2.50. That doesn't change the fact that we've got a trend shift going on. This stock broke right here on an F50 factor. Well, it had already tried to go up past the level we alerted it at. So if I've got my pre-run up into this price and then the pullback, which the pullback here, just to show you what we teach, I think it's going to fall in that range. This was 222.15. It came back down to 219.47. So it came back about 4 factors before it broke out. And a lot of times if this breaks out here, like I said, if it hadn't already done this first, you may get that 3 to 4 factor pullback at that time. So I like the one that's already done where it tried to go up, pull back, and then I get my break. So I got my F50 break right here. Now I'm expecting 4 to 6 factor move. Well, the momentum was in the market, so it continued way beyond that. This was at 221.61 where this alert went off on Friday. The stock went to 228. So that was actually ended up being a $7 move, but it's because of the momentum in the market and things were so oversold. It also loaded on an F100 alert right here at 223.41. And if you apply the 4 to 6 factor move, that would be between $4 and $6 on an F100 alert. And that's exactly what you got, was $5 move. The next thing we teach is the second setup we give is a retracement from the bottom and reversing, or a pullback from the top. We call that our pullback setup. It's nothing but a retracement as well. And then it re-breaks. We don't give the alert down here, even though that's where this originally broke at, to go up. Actually, that's exactly where it broke at to go up. It pulled back right to the exact same spot. But the teaching is 4 to 6 bar pullback. A lot of times it's just 3 or 4. It will hold that level, and if it holds the right level, we give an alert after it reverses. Well, if it's on a F50 factor, it requires that it had reversed over 2 factors. So it'll be 50, 60 cent reverse already before we even call the trade for the continuation of the new trend. If it's a dollar, like in this case, is the F100 alert trigger this long, we're looking for that pullback, and we give the trigger after it's bounced over $2 to come back up and continue on up. Now I drew the little trend line here, so when I got the re-alert here, it was at $226. It had cleared the trend line for the re-break, and this ended up running another $5 after that break, and we expect the second run to be between 6 and 8 factors. So this was 5 of those factors by the end of the day. This chart we've been watching is just a 5-minute chart. Now I've taken the same exact trend lines you were just looking at, all the same indicator breaks, and I've overlaid this little projection thing just for illustration purposes. If it breaks out at this level, first we give you what we expect it to pull back to, what it could possibly pull back to. That's the factor I told you, like 2 factors. Now this is on a $1 factor, F100 alert. So this did not pull back that far at all because it had already done this method. And you can see when it first broke out, now this wasn't an alert, remember, it did pull back about that level, about what we expect it to pull back. This is the level of pullback. I've got these. If it triggers here, the chop factor, which means the pullback, and then these other factors are for sell-offs after it gets going, expected pullback areas, and then the projection going up. Now when this breaks up here, this was our F50 break, it's our F100 break. We got the run, and right where the F100 break is right here, here's our level right here, then where the blue line is. So if you go above it, we were expecting 4 to 6 breakout factor. Well, that's calculated, projected right here, following this line up. That's your 4 factor. The next line is your 6 factor, shown at the top here, and the next is an 8. So a 6 factor at the time of this breakout here was right in, let me get it right on the spot, it was right here when it broke out. So it's going to be right above, it was right in here. So look how precise this is. Now this was the F100 break right here at 223. Our factor right here, if I can hold my mouse in the right place, would be up here for this level on this F6 projection. It came almost right in line with that. And the original break level was right here where this blue line is. And if you go up from there, 4 to 6 factors, that's your 4, that's your 6, that's your 8. So calculating right from that level of this breakout, 4, 6, 8 ran right in between them. That's the up factor. Now we get the pullback. We teach the pullback normally 3 to 4, sometimes as much as 6. It did the pullback, and we've got that calculated in here. This was the peak. So our pullback level, expected pullback, we got 2 levels between 4 and 6 factors. This is your 4 factor pullback right here. There's the plot. Here's where it went to. It went right below the 4 and held right in that area. So that's exactly what we're expecting. Then we give the alert after it bounces and doesn't fail there. So we come back in with a breakout alert right up here. Again, cleared the trend line, and we're expecting from this breakout alert between 6 and 8 is our factor, which we showed you a minute ago. We're breaking out right here, pretty much at this level of right here. So that's 4, that's 6, that's 8. How close do we come? This was the next morning. Broke out here, so here's your breakout level. If long alert is the dotted blue line. Here's your breakout, projected 4, projected 6, projected 8 factors. It's real simple to trade. You just got to remember you got to have a little tolerance when you get in it. This is the exact system that Mitchell traded 6 out of 7, 85%. He traded it to the downside, same exact setups. Premium alerts. .swingtradersetups.com, $69 a month. You got 4 alerts to watch out for. That's it. Too long, too short. And you know what to expect. These also apply to swing trades. And when the market settles down, you'll get something like an F50 factor on a lower price stock than this one. And you'll get this same type movement. It may take 3 days, then it pulls back for a day and a half, and then it goes again. They all work the same. Give you a quick glance at our new search feature. First of all, we have the main 400 stocks that we're scanning on. That don't mean you don't have a few others come in on earnings and in play. These are always there. You can type any symbol you want to in this search box. You can search it for day trading, which is your shorter F25 alerts. That's even shorter list. If you get too many stocks on the F25s, you got so many you can't even look at them. You can do an auto refresh page or a non-auto refresh page. I'm going to go to the non real quick just because I don't want to refresh it in the video. You go right over to the search page and you can just simply, it's got alerts all down here. You go in and you type in the symbols you want to watch. Always, you can do like a 2-day look back, 3-day look back, as far back as you want to go. If you're watching the stock and you're thinking about getting in a swing trade, you want to see what it alerted the last 3 days. You can put in the older date, you can put in today's date, and you can search for that, or you can leave the date empty and say, I just want to see the latest alerts. I'm watching this for a breakout. Maybe it wasn't something you already saw. This is more for the guys that come in after hours and trying to see what's been going on that particular stock. They can break it right down to one stock and one stock only. They don't have to go through pages of alerts trying to see if their stock had an alert. This gets you right on the alert just for your symbol. But if you want to put in multiple symbols, maybe you want to be watching KSU and Apple and CLR and Visa. You just go to newest post first, put in those symbols you want to watch and submit it, and it'll bring you back a list of just your stocks and any alerts that showed up for them. You can actually bookmark this page. Once you've logged in under the member login, you can pull your bookmark up, go right into your favorite list. You can have 8 or 10 symbols in here. They're just common to limited. Some people that like to come in, and we're setting this up, we're going to get a little more definitive in the entries over here, but you can search by term. Now you can't search by all of them at one time, but if you want to look for that pullback setup and that's all you want to watch for, you can come in and you can just type in pullback setup, no S. So that's what I want to look at. I didn't reset it, so it may need to be reset, but let me see what we got here. There's your pullback setups. These are the stocks that have been running up. They pull back to that level I was just showing you, and they go up, and it gives you the timestamp when that alert went back off. Thanks for watching our video. Go over and check out our website. It's getting better and better every day. Premium alerts. .swingtradersetups.com. It's not a chat room. You watch the alerts. You're on your own. We teach you how to do it and teach you how to trade it. We do have a trade room that watches these on shorter times, where we put out some trades watching the exact same setups on lower time frames. Thanks for watching our video. Subscribe to our channel while you're here. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us on StockTwits. through time I've got several comments and emails from viewers that don't subscribe to our services but do watch our videos and basically say, hey man, I'm getting some good trades off your videos. I wish there's a way I could contribute, and I don't want to sign up for a membership. So I finally went and made a donation button. You can find it two places. On any video, we're included at the bottom. You just click the show more button, and shortly down there you'll see support our channel, a donation through PayPal. You can click right here, pay through or make a donation through PayPal. Any amount you want to put in there is acceptable and appreciated. And then on our website, you can go to daytradersetups.com, press the YouTube menu item. It'll take you to this page, and there's a donate button there as well. And we appreciate that, appreciate the suggestion, and thank you ahead of time for any donations sent. We appreciate it a lot.